Yeah, send the
So
kid with him.
Darwin,
There ain't no
Let's
question.
see.
You ain't letting him walk away.
I
You
want to
know
ask you a question about your theory, Darwin. So we got your method, right, which basically says that no other men could could deal with her, right? After she
No man should deal with a woman with kids until their kids are
so
grown.
I
Let
would
the
pose the
man
same.
take care of his family, sort of like what M. White said. If he go and
So
impregnate
So
multiple women,
I can't get
those
no
women are
man,
his
so how
huh?
about this?
responsibility.
So how about this? What's to
So I
stop
gotta
me,
be
the
by
F
myself
boy?
for the rest of my life.
No,
What's
I
to
gotta
stop
look
me?
good all by my
your
damn
children ain't
self.
got to be
Hold on a
children
sec.
for the rest of your
Let me
life,
answer real
unless you
quick.
continue to become a
Hold,
baby mother for the rest of your life.
but y'all
hold on a
grown.
second. I
Y'all
wanted to finish asking you that question real quick. What's to stop me as the F boy from after I knock Bohemia up? That now I just hit Jasmine, leave her with a wet behind, and then I'm gonna go trash DJ, Lady O, everybody, Amos Pro.
Because you
Forced
won't
I'll,
get that
polygyny.
here. You won't get that.
Those are your kids. You're gonna have to take care of them.
I shame men and they have
If
kids and
you
they ain't taking
yeah,
care of
but look how much
if you
damage I've already
decide that you
created,
want to
right?
go, if you decide that you want to be with, make multiple women the mother of your children, so be it. And if those women on the other side also decide that, hey, we want to be pregnant and have kids by the same man, so be it. I'm saying that other men should not be coming in to raise your kids. That is your responsibility and your problem, not mine. And I think men should move like that.
Why you make it a problem and the garbage, clean up the trash, and you make a foundation of a child be so like a messy
It's not his kid, so he can say whatever he wants. It's your kids.
situation. Like, why is it so angry with you? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, did it happen to you to where a situation with a woman, like you ended up scarred or hurt behind it? I'm just asking because it really sounds like every example you give of a birth of a child is clean up the mess. You started with that. You started with, we got to stop, us as men, we need to stop taking trash out or cleaning up each other's mess. It's just mess to you.
right. And
Yeah,
Everything in,
it is a mess. I don't call it trash, but it's a liability that
but it,
doesn't
it
belong to me.
sounds really harsh. Like I'm asking,
It is harsh.
did you go through this?
No, but it doesn't require me to go through it to be able to internalize it and interpret it
Well,
as a
typically the
liability.
passion I hear comes from someone that experienced. So that's why I asked.
No, it's the passion that comes from somebody who want improvement amongst his people. It
Mm.
doesn't take me to participate in the negligent behavior or cleaning up mess to have some type of passion. Maybe I just want to see my people do better,
So
and it
if you
just
met a
comes off
woman,
like that.
so if you met a woman and she has a
Your kid's
child,
about to be grown. You outside of this whole argument.
who?
You, your kid's about to be grown. This ain't.
What?
It's always funny to me for single moms who hate, who attack men who tell other men not to be stepfathers. It's like when they have standards for men, they don't want anyone to say anything. Because just because she's a single mom doesn't mean she doesn't want a rich guy, doesn't mean doesn't want a tall guy. And for some reason, they always want the stepfather to have qualities the baby daddy didn't have. So if the baby daddy was a street guy, he didn't have a stable job, he was short, guess what? They want the stepfather to have money. They want the stepfather to be tall. So they can have preferences for which type of stepfather they want. But they want every man to accept to be their stepfather. It's like, no, men can have preferences too. And Darwin is simply telling other men, don't be a step dummy, as Anton Daniels like to call it. Actually, Anton Daniels says step crash dummy. So we have a man who's advising other men not to be stepfathers, and then we have a single mom who doesn't like the fact that the mom is giving some good advice to other men who don't have kids. She's talking about, oh, are you hurt? Does he have to be hurt just to give men advice?
Everyone's just talking about themselves. Are we
You got,
talking just?
you got a new leaf
No,
on
I'm
life.
fucking with you. You
I
said
will say
yeah, go
this.
ahead. So I'm like,
So I
I
was asking him something though.
Go ahead, ask
So
away.
if you meet a woman and her last situation, she found out the man was married, after they were in a whole relationship. In a whole year relationship, he didn't tell her he was separated. They were legally separated. He failed that information.
Okay.
He got her pregnant. He promised to marry her.
After when
She's
he
talking
promised
about
to marry
herself.
her after she told him she was pregnant.
She's talking about
I
herself.
see where Lady O going. All right, so
Hold
she's
on.
saying you
What
should
is
be
her
married
question?
got pregnant by
My
him before you
question
got
is,
married. What should you do with that man? The answer is he should go to.
Won't be no baby.
I sense
I
your
know I gotta
hesitation
tell him
because you're
before
trying to
what I'm
make it
trying to
make
tell, because
sense,
that's
but
not
when
what
you're
I
gonna
said.
fail at it.
What'd you
Go
say?
ahead and ask your question.
What'd you say?
I sense the hesitate. The reason why you're hesitating because you're trying to you're trying to use logic in your question, and you're just gonna run into a wall. But you can ask.
Okay, well, again, she and him end up having the baby, and then he goes back to his wife. And he
What's your?
then disappears on the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You meet this woman, she has a
I mean,
3-year-old
this one.
child.
She just made bad decisions. And I can tell you right now, she's talking about herself. Now, she's a good looking lady. I know you guys don't like when I say a black woman looks good. You call me a simp. I know some people are already typing in the comments, Boogie, you a simp. But she's a good looking lady. So even if she's a baby mama, there's plenty of men who are willing to, I don't know if they're willing to take care of her kids, but I know they're willing to date her, right? Because she's a good looking lady, right? But in the question she's asking, Darwin, just because you made a bad choice with a different man, that doesn't mean other men should still accept you and your kids. Because remember, single moms say, we're a package deal. Me and my kids, you have to, I only want a man who has to accept me and my kids.
And what's the question?
Are you not gonna date the woman?
No, I'm gonna tell her that she need to go back to her. She need to go find
The married
her
man?
kid's father. No, I'm gonna go.
She gotta go find a married man?
Wait a minute.
In order for me to get in a relationship or consider that woman, I would have to not be the best version of myself, and I would have to have limited options. It is a sign of desperation for me to be able to do that. I hold myself to a higher standard where I can find a vessel to plant my seed in that doesn't have somebody else's seed in it. She was irresponsible. She didn't do her due diligence to check public record to see whether this man was married or divorced. She could have got on the damn T app and found all this. But it was her
How about I just heard of
negligence.
that
And I am not
a few days ago.
gonna reward her or enable bad behavior. I'm gonna tell her to turn her ass around. If she wants some short term, no, I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna tell her to
Gay
turn
man in
her
my
ass
building
around
running around
and get
dating
the hell
women. They
on.
want to put him on the T app.
I will say this. I will say this
So
because
sad, Atlanta.
one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to be too much of a hypocrite. But I always say I did marry when I had a kid. I had a child as a teenager, and I did, meet somebody when I was 17, and we got married the next year, and we stayed together 10 years. I will say this. If you find yourself in that situation and you find yourself grateful to have a man to want to marry you with a child, like my ex-husband, we didn't have issues with disciplining my oldest son, but also my oldest son father was still very active in his life as well. But you got to give the man something. But then I gave him 3 children too, the man that I married. So you definitely want to give him something. It's not. I wouldn't to the next woman. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't encourage a woman to do that. I wouldn't encourage a woman to have kids out of wedlock at all. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, it's a tough situation to be a stepdad. And obviously, women never put themselves in the mother's in the man's shoes to understand the responsibility. Because as a stepfather, there's so much responsibility and risk. So you're taking kids that don't belong to you. So that means it's not guaranteed that the baby daddy is going to want you to talk to their kids. The baby daddy is going to want you to provide. Some baby daddies are jealous. Some baby daddies kill stepfathers once they try to get involved with their kids. So you have all those risks to think about. You have a risk of, if you guys break up, she can put you on child support because you are you're the father figure. She can convince the courts that the kids see you as a father, and she can put you on child support even if the baby dad is not on child support. In other words, there are so many risks as a man who has no kids trying to be a stepdad. But obviously, because women get to win, they get a man who's just gonna come in and accept them and the kids. They never put themselves in a man's shoes to understand where men are coming from. They just think, oh, you hate women because you don't want to be a stepfather. It's like, no, it's not as easy as you think. I have to take care of you and I have to take care of the kids. Now, if we're going to go 50-50, I pay my side of the rent, you pay your share of the rent, I buy my part of the food, you buy your food and for your kids. Okay, some guys will be okay with it.
Even now, of course, I don't have girls, have opposite sex, but
But Lady O, in your sense of saying that, it's the
Mhm.
security aspect, correct?
I found that I had way more security after, even although me and my husband parted
Religious
ways
principle
10 years
too.
later when we divorced. That was
It's a
way more
it's a
security.
religious principle too, right, Dr. Lady?
Yeah, religion.
Something
Yeah,
that a lot of women disown.
yeah, yeah. And
What are we doing to, like, okay, so Darwin, in your scenario, what happens if the guy does break that rule and like, then goes and becomes that woman's safety net? Like, I get, because I'm trying to figure out what is it to stop the man from doing that.
When a man goes and be a safety net, and I think Anton Daniels used to, I don't know if I can say his name on the network, but he just called it step crash dummy. If a man decides to go and do that, everything that comes to him is his own fault. Everything that happens to him is self-inflicted.
Facts. It's a choice.
So if I had a son who went out and became a stepfather for a woman who got children, and those women and those kids became disloyal, and he embraced that woman as his wife or whatever, and for some reason they broke up and he couldn't, because some of these guys get connections, emotional connections to kids that aren't theirs. And these women have used these kids against them. That ain't even your kid. Don't touch my son. He got a father. That's your fault as a man. And everything that comes to you, that's what your ass get. Point blank, simple.
Well, shout
Yeah, I know
out to my
Bo. I know.
stepdaddy.
Yeah, I know
Love my
Bo trying to get in
stepdaddy.
there too. Y'all go ahead, Bo.
I paid my stepdaddy mortgage. Boy, he got a real son, biological by my mother, and he don't do shit for his real daddy. I'm the stepdaughter, so I'm his blessing. I take care of my stepdaddy because he was there when I was 4 years old, when my biological father wasn't. And my biological father's still alive with his non-English speaking ass. But my stepdaddy from Dallas, Texas, and that black man raised the hell out of me, and I respect the hell out of him till he die. I promise you. So shout out to the stepdaddies. Stand up guys is what I call them.
See, and those are the stories they like to tell to make sure they convince you guys to become stepfathers to their kids. She wouldn't say that if she wasn't a single mom. She wouldn't say that if she was married and she had a son. I can guarantee you right now, if she has a son, she wouldn't want her son to become a stepfather. She would want her son to start her own family. But because she has a son or she has kids, because she's a single mom, she's going to tell you guys about a nice story of having a stepdad so you guys can become a stepfather.
All right, go ahead,
So,
Bo.
um, so basically what I've heard for the last 2 hours is no solutions.
Nope.
Like
Actually,
none.
that was a solution.
We're not listening to each other at all. We're not doing anything. We are accomplishing fuck all. Nothing. And it's it's crazy how there are women that have the perspective. There are a lot of women that have my perspective. And we're told that I'm told that I'm crazy. I'm told that I'm stupid. I'm told all of that. Because you just called me stupid yourself, Darwin. I'm told all of these things. As if as if my opinion is not an opinion of a lot of women. How many? I don't know. But there are a lot of women that hold my opinions about things.
Yeah, a lot of
And I'm an
feminists.
extremely fair person.
Yeah, extremely feminist, boy. Don't lie. We know you.
So I don't think that it's all on men. I don't think that there's zero accountability for women. But I don't date women. So I speak on men. And nothing about anything that was said, the gaslighting that was caught, the manipulation that was clocked. No one listened to it. No one listened to how it was received. It was just fight back, just counter. That's it. Not, I hear how you receive that, however, comma, and then a response. Why did you receive it that way? And then listen. Like, there's no conversation. It's literally women hold the key to sex. Y'all got to hold it. Y'all got to listen to us. You got to follow our program. There is literally zero conversation going on here. It's literal finger pointing. And so the thing that I want to know, the thing that I always want to know is, what the fuck is the point? Are we just complaining? Because listen, if the only thing that we're here for is to complain and degrade people, listen, I got it. I could do that. But I always come from another perspective. I'm always listening, but I never get listened to. Y'all don't never hear what I say. Y'all always be like, she crazy. And then you brush it off because you think that women like me don't matter. You think that women like me are washed up and old and we all of this. So what you do is,
That could be true, Bo. 45, divorced. I think she has no kids. Feminist. I don't know how many men are lining up for you, Bo. I'm just saying. I mean, she doesn't look like a bad looking lady, but I don't know how many high value men are lining up for her. I'm just saying.
you devalue me as if I have zero intrinsic value. And so if that's what we're going to do, then I can play that game. I just need to know what kind of panel this is. What kind of conversations are we having? Are we really having conversations to listen to people? Because I got really excited about the topic, about the title of this topic today. And I was like, oh my God, maybe we can really have a real conversation. No, we can't. We can't, because y'all not listening to nobody like me. And that's okay. I'm okay with it. Like, I just, so I think what I'm trying to say is, I think I'm setting my expectations because I'm divorced, because I'm in my 40s, because everybody thinks I'm fat, because I have a dog instead of kids, because all of these things, right?
Are they true though? That's the question. Are all the things you named true? And are all the things you named, reduce your chances of finding the man that you want? Because if they don't, you would have found the man that you want. But clearly it's not working. That means something about you. If I don't have money and I can't get women, that means I have to look in the mirror and maybe I need some more money. Things I can't change. I can't change my height. You can change your weight. You claim people call you fat, right? You can change your attitude. You can be maybe less of a feminist, right? Men don't really like to be around dogs licking them like that. Maybe you can get rid of your dog and get a cat. I don't know, Bo. You gotta look in the mirror.
Because of that. So I am the woman that doesn't matter because I'm not out here cyber slurping men. Now I'm the woman that doesn't matter, and nothing that I say is valid. Nothing that I say matters. So if that is the case, and that is what we're doing, then I can just point fingers, and every week will be easier for me because I know that you all are not listening to me, and now I can stop listening to you. Is that fair? Is that fair to say?
No, Bo, I don't think so at all.
All
Because
right, she's gonna keep going on a rant. But I think what Boy is struggling to really come to terms with is the fact that her life's choices have made her not be able to find a suitable man. You know, because I think when I don't know for sure, but just outside looking in, I think when she divorced her ex-husband, she thought men were just gonna be lining up to marry her, but maybe she has just found most guys who want her just want to clap cheeks. But shout out to Lapif, shout out to Darwin, link down below.